Hello, we're Word on the Water. We're a second-hand bookshop on a 1920s Dutch Barge. Some of you may have heard of us, and we've been in London moving up and down the canal system for 4 years now, scraping a living, selling our second-hand books and having live jazz performances on our roof and poetry slams and book launches. And we've been, for the last couple of years, begging the Canal and River Trust who run the canal system to let us have a permanent mooring, because moving every 2 weeks, especially with the influx of new boats that have all arrived on the river recently, it's been very hard for us to make a living anymore. However, very recently the Canal and River Trust contacted us and we've been offered a permanent home at Granary Square in King's Cross, which we're absolutely chuffed about. It's the perfect place for us to be. However, the last sort of stumbling block for us is that to get onto the mooring and to find the money that we need just to set that up and put ourselves in position is a bit of a challenge for us. And so for the first time in our 4 years, after all the support that people have offered us, we're going to ask for a little bit of money if possible, so that we can set the shop up in the way that we know it can be, and hopefully then become a sort of feature in London for decades to come, which was always the sort of dream that we had. So we are wondering if people would help us get to a target of £3,500, which is enough money to put us in place there, so that we can open a shop and start running. Just to explain what that money's for, we need £400 to pay for a civil engineer, because we have to put the mooring rings in ourselves on that site. The civil engineer has to look at the site and give us specs on what sort of mooring rings we need. We're going to need about another 700 to 1,000 to pay a contractor to put the mooring rings in place. We need £500 for insurance for a year for the boat. And we need about £1,000 for the licence and the safety certificate for the course of that year. We're not asking for any sort of money from people to help us pay the mooring fee, because we believe once we're in place and once we're at King's Cross selling books, that the sort of running of the shop will keep all of that going for us. But we don't have the sort of money in place at the moment to be able to get there and start that process going on. If we're lucky enough to achieve those things that I've sort of said already, any extra money that we get is going to be spent on refurbishing this boat a little bit, just to make it sort of beautiful and working. And also buying some really lovely new books to sort of start off, because our dream's always been to be a proper independent bookshop on the inside, where you can find whatever you want to buy, but still with our very cheap second-hand books curated on the outside of the boat. So we're really, really grateful. We're offering all sorts of incentives and gifts to people who donate to us. You can spend an evening on the barge with a group of friends of yours. You can come and have a picnic on the roof of the barge, and we'll give you a bottle of wine and some glasses for that. We've got some lovely rare books and signed books by authors who've been supporting us recently. We've got some great graphic novels that have also been drawn in by the artists to sort of support the book barge. So if you have any interest at all, we're really, really grateful. Please pledge us a little bit and see if we can make the London Bookbarge, Word on the Water, something that's a permanent feature in London.